Stella, and for today's vlog, let's dive into the topic of ocean zones and create a miniature ocean for our experiment. When you go to the beach, do you notice how as farther you are from the shore, the deeper you are submerged to the sea? This is because the ocean has division or zones based on the location of the water column and the bottom. Let's get to know more about the ocean division in our experiment. We will create our ocean here in this pan. I added 3 cups of sand and packed it over to this side and sloped it down toward the middle. Remember to keep your sand half an inch below your pan's lid. This part of the sand represents the shore or intertidal zone, and the slope represents the continental shelf. In a corner, I created a small hole to represent a tide pool. To make it more presentable, I decorated it with rocks. Next, we will be pouring water for our miniature ocean. This bottle contains water and food coloring which will represent our ocean water. Slowly pour the water on the end with less sand. Here is our ocean now. This represents the shore at low tide, when the ocean is at its lowest point on the shore. With a cup or any volume-adding object, gently create waves and observe what happens at high tide. As you can see, when high tide occurs, the water advances to its furthest extent into the shoreline. The part where the water touches visibly darkens the color of the sand. This is because there is less light reflected on wet sand compared to dry sand. You will also notice that during the high tide, the waves fill the tide pool with water. The marine environment can be divided based on location. The pelagic zone is the water column, while the benthic zone is the substrate or bottom part of the ocean. It can also be divided in terms of depth of pelagic and benthic zone. In the pelagic zone, there are 4 divisions. First is the epipelagic, which is from surface to 200 meters below. Then mesopelagic, which is 200 to 1,000 meters below. Most marine organisms we buy from the market are caught from the epipelagic and mesopelagic zones. These are the areas where they could optimally live since these zones offer them both light and food they need. Then there is the bathypelagic, which is from 1,000 meters to 4,000 meters, and abyssopelagic, which is from 4,000 meters to 6,000 meters. The depth division of benthic zone starts with the littoral, which is your intertidal zone that starts from the high tide mark to the low tide mark, followed by bathyal, abyssal, and hadal. The marine environment can also be divided based on the distance from the shore. The neritic zone is typically your coastal waters, and the oceanic zone is beyond the coastal waters, which usually starts 500 meters from the shore. Another ocean division is based on light penetration. This topic shall be discussed in one of the next videos, so watch out for the coming videos. Now, let's see you try the experiment at home. Send your videos to our email and see yourself be featured in our next vlogs.